So, good morning everyone. So, academic procession is about to enter in the hall. All of you are requested to keep your mobile phone switch off mode or silent mode. There will be a ring of a bell, and that time all of us need to rise in our seats, and we'll keep on standing until the procession culminates on the dais. Thank you.
गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम् शन्नो मित्रः वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्भक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु भक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः शिक्षां व्याख्यास्यामः वर्णस्वरः मात्राबलम् सामसन्तानः नित्युक्तशिक्षाध्यायः सहनौ यशः सहनौ ब्रह्मवर्चसम् अथातः सगंहिताय उपनिषदं व्याख्यास्यामः पञ्चस्वधिकरणेषु अधिलोकमधिज्यौतिषमधिनित्यमधिप्रजमध्यात्मम् तामहादगंहिता इत्याचक्षते अथादिलोकम् पृथिवी पूर्वरूपम् द्यौरुत्तररूपम् आकाशः सन्धिः वायुः सन्धानम् इत्यधिलोकम् अथादिज्यौतिषम् अग्निः पूर्वरूपम् आदित्य उत्तररूपम् आपः सन्धिः वैद्युतः सन्धानम् इत्यधिज्यौतिषम् अथादिविद्यम् आचार्यः पूर्वरूपम् अन्तेवास्युत्तररूपम् विद्यासन्धिः प्रवचनगम् सन्धानम् इत्यधिविद्यम् अथाधिप्रजम् माता पूर्वरूपम् पितोत्तररूपम् प्रजासन्धिः प्रजननगम् सन्धानम् इत्यधिप्रजम् अथाध्यात्मम् अधराघनुः पूर्वरूपम् उत्तराघनुरुत्तररूपम् वाक्सन्धिः जिह्वासन्धानम् इत्यध्यात्मम् इति मामः सगंसिताः य एवमेताभगंसिता व्याख्याता वेद सन्धीयते प्रजया पशुभिः ब्रह्मवर्चसेनान्नाद्येन सुवर्गेण लोकेन यच्छन्दसामृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोऽभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासम् शरीरं मे विचर्षणम् जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽधि मेधया विहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय आवगन्ति वितन्वाना कुर्वाणा चेदमात्मनः वासागं शिवमगावश्च अन्नपाने च सर्वदा ततो मे श्रियमावह लोमशां पशुभिः सह स्वाहा आमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा विमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा प्रमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा दमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा शमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा यशोजने जानि स्वाहा श्रेयानि वस्य सोधानि स्वाहा तन्त्वा भगप्रविशानि स्वाहा समाभगप्रविश स्वाहा तस्मिन् सहस्रशाखे निभगाहं त्वयि मृजे
शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी फुल्लकुसुमिता द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्
Respected Chairperson of the Board of Governors, I request you to declare the convocation open.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this convocation. It is my privilege and honor to declare this convocation open.
Mr. Hari Bhartia, Chief Guest of the Convocation, Shri Harish Salve, Chairperson, Board of Governors, members of the Board and the Senate, distinguished guests, alumni, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear graduating students. It is a great pleasure for me to welcome you all to the 55th convocation of the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, and to provide you a brief summary of our progress during the last year and our future plans. We are greatly honored to have with us Mr. Hari Bhartia, our very own distinguished alumnus, to inspire our graduating class with his own success story. Mr. Bhartia did his BTech in Chemical Engineering from our institute in 1979. He's the founder and co-chairman of the Jubilant Bhartia Group. The Jubilant Bhartia Group has a strong presence in pharmaceuticals, contract research and development services, proprietary novel drugs, life science ingredients, agri-products, food, and other domains. Mr. Bhartia has been the past president of the Confederation of Indian Industry and also has been leading several initiatives in the academics. He has been the chairman, Board of Governors of IIT Kanpur, IIM Raipur, and IIM Visakhapatnam. We are delighted to have you here, sir, as our chief guest and eagerly look forward to your convocation address. I am delighted to welcome our new Chairperson, Board of Governors, Shri Harish Salve, for his first convocation of our institute. We are indeed fortunate to have you, sir, as our new Chairperson. Shri Salve is a senior lawyer of international repute. He has been the Solicitor General of India, has been the King's Counsel in UK, and has been awarded the Padma Bhushan for his contributions to the nation. Over the last year, we have already benefited immensely from his perspective, vision, and direction, and look forward to his guidance in steering the Institute to greater heights in the future. We would like to place on record our gratitude to Dr. R. Chidambaram, who steered the Institute as Chairperson Board of Governors during his tenure. The last year has been an eventful one for the Institute, but we have had our ups and downs. We were shocked by the tragic loss of life of some young students, and we have tried our best to cope. We have significantly enhanced our counseling services and our wellness efforts. We have introduced new mechanisms to support students academically through an academic progress group and enhanced our mentorship schemes. Several initiatives have also been taken to engage and create a more personalized connect with students. For example, the stick dinners, which we have been doing, which help in enabling greater faculty-student interaction outside the classroom in the hostels. On the positive note, the Horscars campus celebrated the annual festivals, Tryst, Rendezvous, Kaizen, Sports Tech, sports and cultural student activities, several interactive events, the hostel night, Board of Hostel Management night, graduating class dinner was celebrated with enthusiasm and spirit. We also had a large number of high-profile visitors. Students and faculty had an opportunity to interact with Mr. Bill Gates, the Vice President of India, the Lieutenant Governor, ministers, visiting dignitaries from Venezuela, Australia, UK, UAE. We had a large number of high-profile distinguished speakers, including Nobel laureates, Professor Ada Yonath, Professor Mortel Medal, Field Medalist Professor Manjul Bhargav, and Dr. Swati Mohan from the NASA. The enclosed slide shows a snapshot of IIT Delhi by numbers. And if you look at it, you can see that we are a relatively large institution, 640 faculty, 13,000 students. We have also been doing well in terms of, we've been rated amongst the top institutions in the country and amongst the top 50 institutions in science and engineering in the world. Our ranking continues to improve, and we continue on our pathway of excellence in education and research, and the efforts to increase the impact of our education and research in society. We have an extremely high selectivity, and we are a preferred destination for students across the country. Only about 1% of the students who aspire to join our institute actually make it. So it's a very highly selective group, and we are in this year's convocation, we are actually awarding 2,656 degrees. This includes 1,137 graduate degrees and diplomas, 1,038 postgraduate non-PhD degrees, and 481 PhD degrees. We are inching close to that 500 number. It's a very large, our number of PhDs has increased 35% over the last year. Interestingly, today we are awarding 206 PhD degrees to women students. This is a record for us. In this convocation, 660 women students are being awarded degrees. This is 25% of the total. I'm sure that the distinguished alumnus who are in the audience will remember their years and the poor diversity and the percentage of women students. So we have come a long way, but we still have a long way to go in terms of ensuring gender parity and making our institute a truly inclusive and representative institution. In this batch convocation, we have the first batch of the BTech program in engineering and computational mechanics from the Department of Applied Mechanics, and also the BTech in materials engineering. These are two new programs, and the first batches are going out in this year. We also have the first batches of the MTech in machine intelligence and data sciences, given by the Yardi School of Artificial Intelligence, the MTech in biomolecular and bioprocess engineering, and the Master of Science in Research in Automotive Research and Tribology, and MSR in Transportation Safety and Injury Prevention. We also are giving 17 joint PhD degrees, 3 with NCYU, Taiwan, and 14 with the University of Queensland. In this convocation, we are awarding 28 international students from 19 countries. I'll name a few: Ethiopia, Sudan, Nepal, Paraguay, Cameroon, Bangladesh, Zambia, Tanzania, USA. This year, we have started some new programs. We started a new Master of Arts in Culture, Society, Thought. And this represents the Institute's first Master of Arts program offered by our Department of Humanities and Social Sciences. We also introduced a new Master of Science in Biological Sciences offered by the Kusuma School of Biological Sciences. Department of Management Studies started a new Executive MBA program for working professionals. And if you see these three programs, it reflects the diversity and multidisciplinarity that characterizes IIT Delhi today. The institute has grown, and currently we have 16 departments, 11 centers, 6 schools, and 23 centers of excellence. In the last year, 36 new faculty members joined the institute, taking the total faculty strength to 642. Total number of students enrolled is almost 13,000. Our faculty members have received several awards and recognition. I will name a few. Professor Dipti Ranjan Sahu was awarded the Bhatnagar Award for Engineering Sciences for his pioneering work in the field of structural fuses, such as shear yielding dampers, in the area of seismic design and mitigation of seismic effects on buildings and bridges. Professor Ashok Ganguly, Professor Swadesh De, Professor Mosam, Professor Mani Mehra, Professor Anil Kumar Saroha were all elected fellows of academies. We have several of our colleagues, as you can see, receiving Lifetime Achievement Awards. Professor Anurag Sharma receiving the Esther Hoffman-Weller Award. It's an international award. Professor Ashwini Vaidya, Google Research Scholar Award. The Tata Transformation Prizes, 2 of our faculty members, Professor Anurag Rathore, Professor Shilpi Sharma. We also got the Fulbright Palam Climate Fellowship, and several other awards. Several of our younger faculty, women faculty also received a number of recognition nationally. You can see these names over here. And we also have some of the young associates, and these are the younger faculty members who've been made associates of different academies. In terms of our staff members, based on the new recruitment rules that were approved last year, for the first time we did a major recruitment drive where more than 100 staff members at different levels were selected through a rigorous national process of open selection. The new staff members are expected to help strengthen and modernize our institute administration. Existing staff members who have excelled in their duties have been identified for the Sangstan Award, which will be presented here in a few days on Independence Day. Our staff team also won the General Championships in the 8th Inter-IIT Sports Meet held at IIT Gandhinagar. Faculty members are engaged in significant amount of research and consulting projects. Last year, we had a total of about 470 crores of annual funds received for research. Research includes publications, patents. We had 4,200 peer-reviewed journal publications, including many in very high impact factor journals. Apart from publications and patents, several prototypes and products were also developed to the industry and startups. The Indian Council of Medical Research has funded us a scheme for creating an innovation ecosystem to facilitate the development of indigenous medical devices. This is M Pragati, and our innovation hub for cobotics has also set up a medical cobotics center with a human patient simulator in collaboration with IIT Delhi. We have had many, these are some glimpses of our research, and our researchers from the Department of Biochemical and Biotechnology contributed in the sequencing of 10,000 Indian population genomes through the Genome India project. Our technology for limestone calcine cement that provides a low carbon cement is being developed and applied globally. This year, the LC3 Technology Resonance Center Africa project was inaugurated at Kenya's Meru University of Science and Technology. Many different innovations and innovations were licensed. I'll just name a few. 2 indigenous healthcare technologies, the photonic chip-based spectrometric bioscience and DNA aptamer for prostate cancer detection were developed for the nanoelectronics network for research, and these were transferred to industry. Several industries and corporates sponsored research. As an example, our systems funded us a Center of Excellence for Applied AI for Sustainable Systems. These are some of the product launches that you can see in our startup ecosystem. On the infrastructure side, our Honorable Prime Minister virtually inaugurated the newly constructed academic complex East and West. This marks the single largest construction activity in our history, which added 60,000 meters squared of space for research and academics at a cost of rupees 260 crores. This new space will help our faculty and students strengthen our research and academic activities and will mitigate a little bit our space constraint. We are actually in the heart of the city and in the fly zone, so space is a big constraint for us. In this year, one of the key achievements is that we have started our IIT Delhi Abu Dhabi campus, and this is in the Sheikh Zayed University, roughly around 50,000 meters squared of built-up area, which has been redeveloped with modern classrooms, laboratory facilities, and student hostels. We started the first classes in January of this year, and with the MTech in Energy Transitions and Sustainability. The first batch had 18 students, including Emiratis and Indians, and these were sponsored by the Abu Dhabi National Oil Corporation. We are also going to be starting the BTech programs later this year in September. BTech program, we are admitting students to 2 new BTech programs in computer science and engineering and energy engineering. Each BTech program will have a batch size of about 30, of which 10 students will be selected from India through the JOSA, that is the JEE Advanced, based on the JEE Advanced ranks. Our Abu Dhabi campus represents an opportunity for us to create a global institution in the UAE with the rigor and quality of IIT Delhi's academics and research. We plan to introduce PhD and postdoctoral research in our new campus and create cutting-edge global research to help both UAE and India. Our students excelled in a variety of events. To name a few, student teams won silver in the International Genetically engineered machine competition. They were finalists in the solar decathlon in India and got the first prize in the Inter-IIT Aquatics meet. Our graduates received more than 1,300 job offers, and you can see the whole breadth of the companies in core engineering, finance, software, consulting. The institute took several initiatives to empower students with disabilities, including modifications to make the academic areas and the hostels accessible, a new e-card to facilitate campus mobility. We organized an intercollegiate inclusive sports meet Sangam for the first time. We also organized several outreach events with some targeted at enthusing women students to STEM courses and careers. These are some of the academic activities, outreach activities that you can see. Alumni are important stakeholders in our institute. We have had several reunions and alumni meets in our campus. You can see some of the photographs and some of the lists. We've also had this in Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Gurugram, Silicon Valley, Abu Dhabi. In the last year, we received donations from alumni of about 61 crores. Apart from funds, alumni have generously devoted time for student mentorship, placement guidance and advice, and lectures, and helped our institute immensely. I would like to mention two specific things. Our leading alumni who have expertise in investments and banking and consulting have advised us on ways in which we can get higher returns from our corpus while being consistent with government rules. And this has resulted in us getting a little bit more resources for our research and our education. Our alumni also who have been successful entrepreneurs and venture capitalists, we asked them to look at our innovation ecosystem, and they gave us a set of recommendations, short-term, medium-term, and long-term, to see that we can improve our innovation ecosystem. As a start, they offered to and restarted a venture studio. And this is a studio, alumni-led venture studio, highly popular, and a number of startups. We plan to make this into a regular feature. The alumni who are involved in this are also proposing to create a new center for entrepreneurship and innovation to take this forward with alumni support. All our alumni are special to us, and they all do well in their careers and make us proud. We are what we are because of the achievements of our alumni. We always find it a tricky business to choose the best among the best as our distinguished alumnus. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate our distinguished alumni awardees and the graduate of the last decade awardees. You are a truly select group. We are proud of your achievements. You serve as a role model for our graduates to emulate. I would like to congratulate all our prize winners. Your hard work and dedication has paid off. This year, our gold medalist, for the first time, is from engineering physics. I'd like a special congratulations to him. Congratulations to the entire graduating batch. We have enjoyed having you here on the campus, and I'm certain that you will cherish the memories of your stay here at the Institute and the friendships that you've developed. As you join the legacy of our 60,000 alumni, it is customary for me to give you a few words of advice. As you step out of your comfort zone, of the hostels, of the campus, and go out into the real world has a lot of challenges and opportunities. Please take up all that you have learned, all the skills, techniques, knowledges, approaches, and use them to resolve problems that you face. Approach every new situation with humility and a willingness to learn. Your learning doesn't stop, your learning starts now. Learn to understand and empathize with people. Learn to work in teams. Please have the confidence to think for yourself. Have the courage of your convictions. Do not just go by what is the popular perception, but analyze the situation yourself. And it is your thoughts, your ideas, your willingness to have your own beliefs and stand up for them, which will stand you in good stead. Please remember that the oath that you will take today commits you to have honesty and integrity in everything that you do. Despite all the developments that we have in technology, the world today continues to face problems of hunger, poverty, climate change, disaster, and wars. Technology itself is not necessarily the solution. Creating a sustainable and humane society needs graduates to think about the long-term consequences and impacts of different technology solutions. There are trade-offs and value judgments to be made. I am certain that you will steer the ethical and right path and provide leadership in your chosen field. I join my colleagues in wishing you good health, happiness, and success. We hope that you will fulfill the vision of the Institute and help us become the pride of all Indians. Thank you, and Jai Hind. It's a great pleasure for me to now welcome the Chairperson Board of Governors to deliver his address.
Our dear cherished and respected chief guest, Shri Hari Bhartia, Director Rangan Banerjee, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to be here today to deliver this convocation address to this august institution. I must confess, almost lost when I read the list of those being awarded the honors, the medals, the degrees. Their achievements inspire awe in the minds of those like us who are newcomers to this world of high technology and science. But their achievements fill my heart with pride as an Indian to see what our young friends have done and what they are capable of doing. Little did I realize when I took up this assignment as chairman of the Board of Governors that I would be tasked with this job. Believe me, a director keeps me fairly busy, roughly 3 emails a day. But this is the dividend I get for being here with you today, for seeing you. Such a proud moment, not just for you, but for people like us. Being here today with those who will shape not just the future of 1/4 of mankind, which lives in our part of the world, just 3% of land, but 1/4 of mankind, but you will be shaping in some way or the other the future of mankind itself. And that's why a function like this, for me, is a moment which will remain frozen in time and in history. I must confess, I have a medical condition, a somewhat unusual, almost incorrigible condition. My heart refuses to age. This creates challenge at times between what is called mind and matter, but doesn't matter. While my heart may be young, I've been around long enough to know that the fantasies of our mythical past became dreams of the past decade and have by now not only been achieved, but achieved by what looks like obsolete technology already. That's the pace at which your minds evolve. That's the pace at which you contribute to society. You've spent your precious formative years in a campus that is known for its firsts. You heard the director list them out, and I'm sure you've heard them over and over again. He spoke with pride about the women awardees of the PhD. I refuse to call it gender diversity. In fact, I dislike the phrase diversity. Diversity is when there are small groups comprising a larger whole. Women are half of us and the better half of us. It's about time they got their space. I call it gender parity. And we men must realize they have allowed us long enough to pretend we know more. It's about time. This myth is blasted. You are bringing to this world your intellectual prowess. And if the Institute can list so many firsts, remember it is you and your forebears which have given the Institute this intellectual power. You are one of those unusual lot who give as you receive. And yet, you have entered now, or you will be entering now, a world outside this cozy campus. And as a student, I know I had the fear of the unknown. And I'm sure all of you do, because the world is a lot less friendly and a lot more competitive today. And you will be told everything is changed, things are not what they used to be. Don't believe that nonsense. And since I'm here primarily to speak to my younger friends, I will recite a poem written by not Shakespeare, not Keats, not Milton, but by Paul Simon, a name which may resonate with some of you. He wrote a beautiful poem which he converted into a song called The Boxer. And he added a verse which said, "The years they have gone by me, they rocked me easily. I'm older than I once was, but younger than I will be. But that's not unusual. Nor is it strange that after changes upon changes, we are more or less the same." Some things don't change. Mankind doesn't change. Human beings don't change. Aspirations don't change. Emotions don't change. You are in a very fast-changing world, especially in your neck of the woods. You are in a world where the theories of the morning are dogmas of the afternoon and fallacies of the evening. Outside your world of science and technology, there is a stubborn stillness, things which don't change. And this is where comes now the new weapon of technology to bring those changes so necessary in our society. What is this quest for knowledge that drives us like a gale, incessantly and irrepressibly? What is this indefatigable curiosity, especially in minds such as yours? An insatiable search for knowledge, but then we also have to acknowledge that there is an insatiable search for happiness. And what I'm going to speak to you today is about what the years have taught me about happiness. Mankind has reached a stage where we fool ourselves into believing we can reduce happiness to numbers. And we have the World Happiness Report, which makes very interesting reading. But it does make certain very interesting points. For example, the 2024 report says that their research shows that older age is associated with higher life satisfaction in India, refuting some claims that positive association between age and life satisfaction only exists in high-income nations. That's a very telling comment. The report, of course, goes on to say that, however, older women in India report lower life satisfaction than older men. Well, the answer is not far to seek. We have wives, we are happier. They have husbands to deal with. Can we measure happiness? The Gallup World Poll, which remains the principal source of data for the report, asks the respondents to evaluate their current life as a whole using the image of a ladder and giving marks from 0 to 10. And what it marked is they asked people to give marks for positive emotions and for negative emotions. Let's forget about the negative emotions, we all know them. What are the three positive emotions they identified? Laughter, enjoyment, and interest. So how do we foster positivity? The first rule, always continue to learn. Let your lust for knowledge be insatiable more than that for any of your material needs. This is the one lust where excess is not just wise, it is highly desirable. The great Dr. Radhakrishnan, one of the first greatest academics our country has ever produced, had said, when we think we know, we cease to learn. All of you who are from the world of science and technology, remember, like lesser mortals like us, lawyers, all of you will be students for the rest of your life. Second, be micro-ambitious. What is micro-ambition? Work on your task at hand. You will never know where that task leads you. I started life as an article clerk way back in 1973, when computers for accounting and office work were not even dreamed of. And the first job we were given was totaling up ledgers. And having done science in school and had a decent mark, I thought it was an insult to my intelligence to be asked to sit and do that. But I spent months doing just that, totaling ledgers. Has it helped me in my task at hand? Of course it has. When now you have to sit and read volumes and volumes of papers, ingest facts, and do boring stuff, that training comes in handy. So be micro-ambitious, focus on your task at hand. No task is too small. Everything, every moment teaches you something in life. The third tip I have for you is understand the real character of happiness. We all call it a pursuit of happiness. That's a fallacy. Happiness is a consequence. It's not a pursuit. If your pursuits are right, the dividend is happiness. If you chase happiness, you are missing the pursuits which will give you that happiness. If you are on a job where you do not smile or even whistle at work, don't blame your job. You are in the wrong mood. If you have lost the ability to laugh, and especially laugh on yourself, you need to introspect. Because all of us know in our hearts, nobody is funnier than our own selves. For only we know our silly little secrets which we don't share with the world. And find interests in life beyond mathematics and physics and chemistry. There is a beautiful verse written criticizing lawyers. My guru, Mr. Palkhiwala, was fond of reciting it, and I will recite it for you. It says, the law and the lawyers know about is property and land. But why the leaves are on the trees? And why the winds disturb the seas? Why honey is the food of bees? Why horses have such tender knees? Why winters come and rivers freeze? Why faith is more than what one sees? Why hope survives the worst disease? And charity is more than any of these. They do not understand. This sums it up. Keep your minds open. Be flexible, not just in body, but in mind. Flexibility for the body is absolutely a necessity for a healthy life. Flexibility of the mind is vital for a happy life. The great jurist Oliver Wendell Holmes said, "A man's mind stretched by new ideas may never return to its original dimensions." This flexibility will allow you to bring back virtues of empathy. As one very respected businessman giving a speech said, he was speaking in a convocation of the law faculty, that you want to deliver to the world what you would buy if you were on the other end. There is no ethos that is better for any lawyer or any other person. They win the respect, the deserved trust of the people they deal with. And there is a huge pleasure in life to be obtained from getting the deserved trust. And so the way to get it is to deliver what you would want to buy if the circumstances were reversed. Intolerant society is the greatest threat to all we hold precious today. You are the ambassadors of what is the law of nature. What is that which we have all forgotten? Who knows the laws of nature better than you? We called technology evolving, we call technology developing. It's actually we learning what there always has been. It's nature revealing its secrets to bright minds. You are the biggest ambassadors of the permanence, of the continuity, of the infinity. And when we think on those lines, we stop dividing ourselves. We are all children of nature. we are all here to share whatever there is. Be conscious of your rights, but also be conscious that others have the same rights. In a lighter moment, we lawyers say, your right to swing your fist ends where the other person's nose begins. You cannot dispel every worry or sadness, but what you can do is deliver the future. You are the future of your world. Not just your parents, but your children and your grandchildren and the generations to follow depend on what you bring to society. We speak of Viksit Bharat, India 2047. For me, it's a dream, and I dream that for my grandchild. The math tells me I will be 91. I don't know whether I will be celebrating my birthday or my children will be celebrating my anniversary, but all of you will be in your middle age. And that is your best age. You know why they call it middle age? Because you're old enough to know what to do and young enough to have the energy to do it. So, you carry on your shoulders the responsibility to deliver Viksit Bharat 2047. And the Gandhian touchstone for the worth and value of what we do has never been truer. Always think what you are doing, will it contribute to wiping a tear in the eye of a poor child? Why is this more necessary today more than ever? Today, we have a society which is excessively informed. And excess information, like excess food, becomes hard to digest. Today, we have a society emerging from feudalism. We have a restless young India, impatient for its day in the sun. For this world's largest democracy, with religious, ethnic, and societal diversity to the brim, and a median age as low as what we have, it is for you to carve a future in which this would be the world's greatest demographic dividend or demographic nightmare. You are the blessed lot. 1% of those who aspire to come here make it. You are the blessed lot. You are blessed with minds which have enabled you to come here. You have to lead the trajectory. You have to lead to create technologies, because we don't have time. India is now impatient. And the only way we can keep peace in society is by leapfrogging growth. And leapfrogging growth has to come on the shoulders of technology. I will close with the words of Lyndon Johnson's speech in 1964, which is so true today. And this is my last message to you. Your imagination, your initiative, and your indignation will determine whether we build a society where progress is the servant of our needs, or a society where old values and new visions are buried under unbridled growth. For in your time, we have the opportunity not just to move forward and go towards rich society, a powerful society, but go upwards to a great India. We are privileged here to have Mr. Hari Bhartia. Hari is a dear friend, I've known him forever. One of the finest minds, but more than that, one of the finest hearts in Indian business. What their family has done for taking India forward makes us proud. When you see how their activities have grown, makes you understand. As I always say, there was a time when I walked the streets of London, people would look at you and say, oh, it's an Indian. Now they look at you and say, wow, it's an Indian. This transformation is thanks to people like Hari Bhartia. So, my young friends, ladies and gentlemen, all of you, my heartiest congratulations to all of you, each one of you who has earned a degree, but more so for those who have won laurels. You have won these laurels not just for yourself. You have won these laurels for India. You have done India proud. God bless you. I would now request our chief guest to deliver his address.
My dear friend, Harish Salve, Chairman of the Board, Professor Rangan Banerjee, Director of the Institute, board members, we have Senate members, distinguished alumni, awardees, esteemed faculty, our distinguished guests, proud parents, and graduating students. Firstly, it's a great honor to be standing here today. This is the 54th convocation of IIT Delhi. I want to express my immense gratitude for the invitation for this important day for the class of 2024. It was almost 45 years back that I stood where you stand now on my graduation day. It was a day filled with hopeful anticipation for the future, but also with a lot of confidence that this institute had instilled within us. For me, it was never just about academics on this campus. As I stand here today, memories come rushing back. I recall our professors who encouraged us to push boundaries. Also remember my classmates who were such high achievers. I learned so much from each one of them. The institute has been a place for me where science and engineering blended seamlessly with sports, theater, festivals, and of course, a lot of student politics. The labs, the playground, the classrooms, the cafeterias provided a sense of belonging, fostering both competition and lot of camaraderie. Coming into this amazing environment of the institute, in my first year, I was having too much fun. I still recall vividly being called into the room of the Dean of Students at the end of the first year. With a full head of silver gray, shiny gray hair, Dr. R.C. Malhotra had a very strong presence. In his very characteristic strong voice, I remember him telling me, Hari, if you do not improve your grades, I don't think you will come back for the 4th semester. I think he meant it very seriously. I had a choice. I had no choice, actually. I had to shape up. I was liking my campus life and I did not go back because I knew if I go back, my father will make me work in his office. Attending IIT Delhi for me happened by chance, not by design. I come from a business family, and in the early 1970s, after completing my higher secondary education, I was expected to pursue an undergraduate degree in Kolkata and work part-time in my father's business. At that time, few of my school friends had planned to sit for the IIT entrance exam, and I went along with them to try my luck. I imagined a life beyond Kolkata and the prospect of further 5 years of student life. It was quite appealing to me at that time. I was quite fortunate to see my name on the list of successful candidates. Looking back, choosing Group B with mechanical design as one of the subjects in the entrance exam played a significant part in the result. I loved design and drawings came naturally to me. Those years you had Group A and Group B, and Group B had this mechanical design that you could apply for. So thanks to that, I got into IIT. Today, 50 years later, when I entered the Convocation Hall, now Dogra Hall, I still appreciate the paraboloid roof and applaud the genius of J.K. Chowdhury, the architect, and Gulzar Singh, the structural engineer. Professor Banerjee, I see this roof has now become a symbol for all your campuses. I saw it in your Sonipat and now in Abu Dhabi. All my memories are back. I saw myself walking up the ramp of the institute's main building and my hand gliding over the smooth black terrazzo railing, or walking down the beautiful spiral staircases from the engineering block. I'd love to quote our founding director, Professor R.N. Dogra. I quote, "It has often been stated that the buildings don't make a university. The truth of that statement cannot be denied. A university, after all, is comprised of a group of scholars working together for the advancement of knowledge, and quality of university depends on the quality of its faculty and its students. But these scholars require good surroundings and provide an atmosphere for creative thinking." Sorry to take you on the path of architecture and design. I felt I must recognize that the surroundings imagined by our founders have seen the test of times and helped form our experiences at the Institute. I must tell you a secret. If I was not in the family business, I would have loved to be an architect, and that was my secret desire. So I always, when I see a modernist building, and our building has endured, is 60 years old. So I was talking to Dr. Banerjee that we must restore it, keep it restored, this beautiful surroundings of IIT Delhi. Let me now turn to tell my story, which is about family and entrepreneurship. When I graduated in 1979, India was a different place. Opportunities were fewer and challenges seemed quite unsurmountable. I belonged to a family which was part of business community. Risk-taking came quite naturally to them. Growing up, I saw huge success as well as near bankruptcies in my own family. Sometimes my father and I would visit factories and offices to learn about business operations. The conversation around the family dinner table was mostly about up and down of the family business. So business actually got ingrained into my life very early. My entrepreneurship journey began with my father asking us to start a chemical venture. He gave us the initial startup fund to both me and my brother to start this new company. It's quite interesting how, and actually we were quite lucky that he gave a large part of his wealth and was risking on these two young boys to start a company in 1979. So as a chemical engineer, I thought it was quite lucky to be part of a new chemical startup. There were times when we faced huge financial constraints, operational hurdles, and market resistance. However, each challenge was a learning opportunity for me. Over the years, we achieved significant success, moving from chemicals to pharma and then in consumer, creating one of the biggest food service businesses in India. I can see Ajay Kaul, our distinguished alumni, sitting here. He was my colleague. He was the CEO who helped me build this very large and a very successful consumer business. But this success didn't come without its share of failures. We also had to shut down few of our businesses. These experiences reinforced that failures are not the end, but really a stepping stone to success. Certain principles always guided me. Failure and success are a joint responsibility. My brother, who's my partner and co-founder, we have never blamed each other for any decision or failure. It's 45 years and we continue to work in harmony and hope to do so in future. I'm constantly asked that how have you been able to work in a family business with your brother for such a long period of time? In my 4 decades of working with people and family, I learned something which is quite well captured by Ghalib in his 2 lines. If I quote Ghalib, कुछ इस तरह मैंने जिंदगी को आसान कर लिया, कुछ इस तरह मैंने जिंदगी को आसान कर लिया, किसी से माफ़ी मांग ली, किसी को माफ़ कर दिया. Forgiving and asking for forgiveness can give you peace and energy and also keep the family together. My dear students, use it whenever you can as you step into the world. My advice to you is simple. Pursue your dreams with a lot of passion and empathy. In 70s, the entrepreneurial and the innovation ecosystem was actually quite primitive, and which has seen, in my view, from 70s to now, has seen a dramatic transformation. Just a few comparison. In 70s, the infra for innovation was quite rudimentary. Research facilities were very limited, except in institutions like this. Now, we have numerous research institutes, research being carried out in private sector, technology parks, and numerous incubators. In 70s, the focus was more on theoretical knowledge, and now the education system supports innovation and entrepreneurship. There's a strong link which is starting to form between academia and industry, fostering a culture of research and startup. Of course, more needs to be done. Government policy in the 70s and regulation was often to stifle entrepreneurship. It was a license raj. If you want to set up want to do a startup, the government would give you license, will decide what the capacity was. Now, government actively promotes innovation through Startup India, Make in India, Digital India, and many such policies like PLI, and so many new schemes to support entrepreneurship. In 70s, entrepreneurs had to rely on personal savings, family support, selling your house or selling your wife's jewelry to find some money to put in a startup. Now there is a robust venture capital ecosystem. If you have an idea, investors are willing to take risk. Actually, they are chasing you if you have an idea. In 70s, the culture was completely risk averse. Failure was a stigma. There has been a complete cultural shift now towards embracing risk, and entrepreneurship is celebrated. And if you have, as a startup person, if you have few failures in your resume, people say that it's experience. You have learned a lot. So that's the change. I remember in 70s, if we had to fail, I don't think anybody would have given any money in the second venture. So that's the kind of change which has happened. I can go on and on. In summary, I would like to say that entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem in India has evolved from being a nascent and limited to becoming one of the most dynamic and rapidly growing in the world. I encourage you to embrace entrepreneurship spirit, mindset of innovation. The world requires individuals who can connect all the dots through creative thinking and decisive action. Don't be afraid to take risk. Embrace uncertainties that comes your way. The world is changing rapidly, and ability to learn and adapt will be your greatest asset. To the faculties of this great institution, I will only urge that while keeping time for teaching and research, you include more and more time for translation of your research and ideas in solving problems through creation of commercial and social enterprise. Congratulations once again to the graduating class of 2024. May your journey be filled with success, learning, and fulfillment. Thank you, IIT Delhi, for being the foundation of my journey. Before I go, I want to tell you a small story by Munshi Premchand. This is a story I read in school, which has actually inspired me from a very young age. This is a story about Hamid, a poor 10-year-old boy who lived with his grandmother because his parents passed away. On Eid, the children of the village are excited to go to the fair, as is Hamid, even though he only has 3 paise given by his grandmother. At the fair, while other children who were eager to buy toys and sweets, Hamid notices a blacksmith selling tongs, chimta. Recalling how his grandmother burns her hand while cooking chapatis, Hamid decides to buy the tongs for her instead of spending money on himself. While they were returning from the fair, they were all his friends walking back to the village. The other boys mocked him for choosing something so boring as a chimta. Now he had to defend himself. His friends, while walking back to the village, tells Hamid, "Are you crazy? What will you do with the tongs? What will you do with this chimta?" Hamid flings the tongs on the ground and replies, "Try and throw your toys on the ground. Everything will break." Another friend asks, "Is this some kind of a toy, your chimta?" "Why not?" says Hamid. "Place them on your shoulders. It is a gun. Wield them on your hands. It is like tongs carried by a singing sadhu. They can make the same clanging sounds as the pair of cymbals. One smack and it will reduce all your toys to dust." Hamid says, "My tongs are like a brave tiger." This goes on, and they reach the village. Hamid, with his strong and a very passionate arguments, had won completely over them. All the friends of Hamid who brought all these beautiful toys were now feeling bad and jealous that they did not buy the chimta. Hamid, who had not eaten all day and saved his money to buy the tongs for his grandmother, was the hero to his friends. Hamid now reaches home and meets his grandmother, Amina. She looks at him with anger and asks, "Where did you find these tongs, this chimta?" Hamid told her that he bought these for 3 paise as she burns her fingers on the iron plate to make chapatis. The granny's temper obviously suddenly changed to love. Big tears fell from her eyes and she hugged Hamid. I told this story. This is about Hamid's innocence, his wisdom, and belief in himself. At the end, my dear students, I will just say, believe in yourself and the world will believe in you. Thank you.
I request our chairperson to present the Institute memento to our chief guest. I request our Dean Alumnus to present the Distinguished Alumni Awards and Graduates of Last Decade Awards of IIT Delhi for the year 23-24.
The Distinguished Alumni Awards of IIT Delhi for the year 2023-24 have been conferred on Professor Arun Kumar in absentia, Professor Chandra Venkataraman, Professor Atul Jain, Mr. Ashutosh Garg, Rajiv Khemani, and Ajay Kaul. Professor Arun Kumar. So, Professor Arun Kumar received his BTech degree in civil engineering from IIT Delhi in 1968 and his MS and PhD degrees in civil engineering from Purdue University. He is currently a professor emeritus at RMIT, Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology. His international work experience spans several countries, including Australia, USA, UK, India, China, Southeast Asia, and Africa. He has been a World Bank expert in transport infrastructure for over 20 years and has contributed extensively to Prime Minister's Rural Road Program in India. He is an independent external reviewer of large infrastructure projects for the Department of Transport, Australia. He has served as Regional Vice President for the International Society for Maintenance and Rehabilitation of Transport Infrastructure and as Editor-in-Chief of Infrastructure Asset Management Journal, published by Institution of Civil Engineers, UK. He has also served as board member of Engineers Without Borders, Australia. He has over 300 research publications to his credit. He has been the head of the Department of Civil, Environmental and Geological Engineering and the Dean Research and Innovation at RMIT. His awards and recognitions include the Excellence Award for Road Asset Management by the Institution of Engineers, Australia, the Division Excellence Award in Innovation Research from Government of Queensland, and Innovation Team Award from RMIT University. In honoring Professor Arun Kumar, IIT Delhi recognizes outstanding contributions made by him to the field of academics and research. Through his achievements, Professor Kumar has brought glory to the name of the institute. Professor Chandra Venkataraman. Professor Chandra Venkataraman received her BTech degree from IIT Delhi in 1985 and PhD from University of California, Los Angeles in 1992, both in chemical engineering, and was also a postdoctoral fellow at Stanford University. She currently is the Shobha Dikshit Chair Professor in Chemical Engineering and Climate Studies at IIT Bombay. Professor Chandra applies her expertise in aerosol science to research at the intersection of technology and emissions, climate science, and air quality. Her research has uncovered fundamental links between the optical and radiative properties of pollution particles and atmospheric processes which lead to monsoon, rainfall suppression, and heat wave intensification in India. Her work shifts the perspective on air pollution to the center on non-urban geographies and contributions from informal sectors and the complex interplay between localized and regional pollution sources. She has authored over 150 widely cited publications, a book, and 4 patents. She has built academic and research programs to further climate and air quality studies. She was the founding convener of interdisciplinary program in climate studies at IIT Bombay. She plays an advisory role to international networks, including the Climate and Clean Air Coalition, United Nations Environmental Program, the Global Burden of Disease Working Group, and Indian scientific agencies. Professor Chandra is a committed mentor whose students hold positions in academic institutions, national laboratories, and industrial R&D, nationally as well as globally. She has mentored women STEM faculty and worked to address institutional systems to support their advancement. She is a fellow of all 3 Indian National Academies of Science and also the National Academy of Engineering. She is also a recipient of Fulbright Nehru Fellowship and PRL Vikram Sarabhai Award. In honoring Professor Chandra Venkataraman, IIT Delhi recognizes the outstanding contributions made by her to the field of academics and research. Through her achievements, Professor Venkataraman has brought glory to the name of the institute. Go in the front. May I request Professor Chandra Venkatraman to say a few words.
Thank you for this great honor. It's been a long journey starting from being a relatively average undergraduate to becoming a committed scientist, trying to build air quality and climate networks and programs in India. I've had the great fortune of being surrounded by young and very curious minds through this scientific journey. I thank every one of my students as well as my collaborators for their work on our joint ideas. I thank Professors Shahzad Ghani and Ghazala Habib for their kind nomination and for their own contributions to our field. My parents had extraordinary dreams for their daughters, and they are the wind beneath my wings. I thank my daughter Denuka for just very sweetly normalizing her experience of having a perpetually overworked and preoccupied parent. And I thank IIT Delhi from the bottom of my heart for setting me on my path, for giving me amazing, generous mentors, and most of all, for giving me many, many lifelong friends. Thank you.
Professor Atul Jain. Professor Atul Jain received his BSc in Sciences, MSc in Mathematics from Meerut University. He obtained his PhD degree in Atmospheric Sciences from IIT Delhi in 1988. He is currently a professor in the Department of Climate Meteorology and Atmospheric Sciences at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Earlier, he worked at the University of Münster, Germany, and also at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California, USA. Throughout his career, Professor Jain excelled as a global leader in comprehensively understanding and qualitatively modeling the bidirectional interaction of human activity with the global climate system. His research accomplishments are enablers in building and applying the climate modeling systems necessary for understanding and predicting the future of our planet. Professor Jain's ongoing work aligns precisely with the efforts needed to address the drastic changes happening to our planet, offering hope for successful adaptation and mitigation. He is a fellow of American Association for Advancement of Science and American Geophysical Union. Professor Jain is known and recognized for his contributions and leadership to national and international assessments of climate change, such as UN IPCC. Professor Jain was named for the third consecutive year highly cited researcher list for individuals whose research has been exceptionally influential. Beyond his research and leadership, Professor Jain is an exceptional educator. He is known for his interdisciplinary approach to teaching and mentoring students, fostering a spirit of equity and nurturing the next generation of scientists. In honoring Professor Atul Jain, IIT Delhi recognizes the outstanding contributions made by him to the field of academics and research. Through his achievements, Professor Jain has brought glory to the name of the institute. May I request Professor Jain to say a few words.
Thank you so much for this incredible honor. First of all, I would like to thank my family, particularly my parents, my mentors, my colleagues, as well as my grad students who are supported me throughout this journey. Particularly, they gave me their love, blessings, and because of that, I'm actually standing here. I would also like to thank IIT Delhi, which actually holds a special space in my heart, not only for its exceptional education, but also the values for it's fostering to its students, including myself. I must also say that my stay at IIT Delhi was quite transformative and has greatly influenced my not only the personal life, but also my professional life. To the newly grad students, I must congratulate to them. Also, I would like to give two advice. You should continuously pursue on your passions, as well as stay committed to make a difference. As a climate scientist, I would like to say a few words. Climate change is one of the greatest threats of our lifetime, impacting all of us one way or another. I would like to advise educational institutions to take some more initiative in terms of climate literacy. Yeah. Because climate literacy, in fact, actually it's one of the greatest threats of our time, obviously, and I advise institutions, including the IITs, to invest more in climate literacy because it gives the knowledge as well as the skills to take some initiative to control the climate change. With this, I would also like to thank again for this great honors, and it truly means to me a lot. Thank you again very much.
Ashutosh Garg. Ashutosh Garg received his BTech degree in Computer Science and Engineering from IIT Delhi in 1997 and his PhD in Electrical and Computer Engineering from the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Ashutosh is the CEO and co-founder of Eightfold AI, a groundbreaking unicorn startup revolutionizing talent intelligence through the power of AI and generative AI. Since launching Eightfold AI in 2016, he has driven its global expansion with the platform now serving clients in over 100 countries. Leveraging advanced AI technologies, Eightfold AI is transforming the employment landscape and is trusted by high-profile entities such as US Department of Defense and the state of New York. Prior to Eightfold AI, Ashutosh co-founded BloomReach, where he served as Chief Technology Officer. BloomReach is another unicorn, leverages AI to enhance digital experiences of major enterprises worldwide. His career includes pivotal roles at Google and IBM Research. His extensive experience spans academic research, industry application, and entrepreneurial ventures, establishing him as a visionary leader in AI. He is a prolific inventor with over 50 patents, a respected researcher with more than 35 peer-reviewed publications, 3 books, and numerous awards, as well as a serial entrepreneur. In 2021, the US State Department recognized Ashutosh as one of the 10 immigrant founders who have created 2 unicorns, underscoring his exceptional contributions to the tech industry and his impact on the global workforce. Through his pioneering work in AI and generative AI, he continues to drive innovation, shaping the future of employment with cutting-edge solutions. In honoring Mr. Ashutosh Garg, IIT Delhi recognizes his contribution to entrepreneurship. Through his achievements, Mr. Garg has brought glory to the name of the institute. May I request Ashutosh to say a few words?
Thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to be receiving this prestigious award. You know, the funny thing is, 27 years back, as I was graduating, our then head of department, Professor Deenak Chaudhary, or for short DNC, said, Ashutosh, IITians aren't very successful. And of course, I challenged him. I'm like, sir, what are you talking about? And he was like, IITians don't aim high enough. Let that sink in. IITians don't aim high enough. Think about the odds of you getting into IIT Delhi. Think about all the hard work you have done over the years to get to where you are today. You are the best of the best of the best. There is nothing in the world that you cannot do once you put your mind to it. On that day, I knew I need to hold myself to a different bar, different standard. I need to set a different benchmark for myself. And I ask you all to do the same. You can do wonders. Class of 2024, congratulations. All of us are looking forward to how you are going to change humanity for better, the innovations that you are going to bring to the society, the things that you are going to build for all of us. The world is going to be a better place because of the hard work that you are going to put in. So thank you all. I'm again humbled and honored to receive this prestigious award. A big thank you to my family members, my friends, my wife and kids who are here today, to the director, to the chairperson for this incredible honor. Thank you.
Rajiv Khemani. Rajiv Khemani received his BTech degree in Computer Science and Engineering from IIT Delhi in 1988. He earned his MS in Computer Science from New York University and an MBA from Stanford University. Rajiv is the CEO and co-founder of Orderline, a pioneering company in web infrastructure solutions, including blockchain and AI. He is also the co-founder and CEO of Orascape, a cutting-edge cybersecurity company reimagining security with the latest AI technologies, and a co-founder and partner at Alspace Ventures. With over 25 years of experience in building and scaling businesses, Rajiv is a serial entrepreneur and industry leader who has led teams and companies to deliver innovations with global impact in infrastructure, AI, security, software platforms. Previously, Rajiv co-founded and served as CEO of Innovium, a leading provider of cloud and AI-optimized network switching solutions, which was acquired by Marvell for over $1.2 billion in 2021. He's also co-founded and was a partner at Moment Ventures, an early-stage venture capital firm, and served on the management board of Stanford Business School. Earlier in his career, he was COO of Cavium, which went public and was eventually acquired for $6 billion. He also held executive and general manager roles at Intel, NetApp, and Sun Microsystems. Rajiv is passionate about building, leading, and supporting teams that deliver highly innovative and impactful technology products, creating significant value for customers and stakeholders and the world. In honoring Mr. Rajiv Khemani, IIT Delhi recognizes his contribution to entrepreneurship. Through his achievements, Mr. Khemani brought glory to the name of the institute. May I request Rajiv to say a few words.
All of you look amazing today. Many years ago in 1988, when I graduated, I missed the convocation. So when I got this invite from IIT, I was overjoyed that I could finally make it. Well, first of all, I want to thank the director, the dean, distinguished guest, chairperson for this award. means a lot to me. I feel truly honored and humbled at this award. You know, all of you guys have an extremely bright future. You know, you heard a lot of things about being passionate, about driving yourself. But I think that the other thing that makes a huge difference is the support system around you. So I want to call out a few folks that I want to thank. First is my mom, who is here with me today. Two of my wingmates from Aravali Hostel when we were here together. So Rajesh Agarwal, who's right there, and then Pankaj Rohatgi, who's frankly a distinguished alumni in his own right as well, and my roommate from you know, when I was in school. So I was really thrilled to have you guys. Also, you know, clearly my family, my wife who couldn't join us, my two boys, my late father, who I know is here with us. So it's you know, you heard that IIT Delhi, you guys are the best of the best. I know you will do it. Go change the world for the better. And congratulations to all of you graduates. Go do it. Thank you.
Ajay Kaul. Ajay Kaul received his BTech degree in Textile Technology from IIT Delhi in 1986. He is currently Senior Director and Advisor at Everstone Capital, a leading private equity firm. He is also Executive Chairman of Domino's Pizza and Burger King Indonesia and Non-Executive Director on the Board of Burger King India. He is also serves as a board member at XLRI Jamshedpur. Ajay is business leader whose contributions have significantly impacted the food service industry, entrepreneurship, and social welfare. His leadership has driven transformative growth and innovation, earning him recognition as a pioneering figure in multiple sectors. As the former CEO of Domino's Pizza India and Jubilant Foodworks, Ajay led the brand to become a largest and most recognizable name in the quick service restaurant. Ajay is an active member of the Indian Angel Network, investing and mentoring multiple startups. Notable among them are Chayos, California Burrito, and Dalchini, all of which have thrived under his guidance, creating significant employment and innovation opportunities. He is a founder of the IQuad Foundation, dedicating to uniting the globally depressed Kashmiri Pandit community and preserving their cultural heritage. Through his Ashray Charitable Trust, Ajay has made substantial impacts in hunger eradication and rehabilitation of displaced communities. He is a board member at Plan International India and Plan Indonesia, contributing to strategic initiatives aimed at improving the lives of children, especially the girl child. He is also a core member of Isha Leadership Academy, mentoring numerous young CEOs and fostering a spirit of nation building in India. In honoring Mr. Ajay Kaul, IIT Delhi recognizes his outstanding contribution to the field of corporate leadership. Through his achievements, Mr. Kaul has brought glory to the name of the institute. May I request Ajay to say a few words.
Distinguished guests on the dais, respected parents, dear young friends who are passing out, ladies and gentlemen, I must admit that when I got this award, while I was a bit overwhelmed, but more than that, I was surprised. Because I thought IIT Delhi, the epitome of excellence, the embodiment of gold standards, how could they make a mistake? And that too, second time, because 42 years back, also they had made a mistake. So what I did was, I immediately went to my 1986 pass-out friends, and I told them and can you beat it? They said, we want a party now. I said, yaar, award to mil jaye. But they said, no, we want it right away. And lo and behold, even before, this award is being given to me today, we had this party. But I must admire them for two reasons. One is, I think, the spirit of the 1986 batch is more like the Gen Z of today, where they need instant gratification. Award announce hua, milne ka to chodo, let's go and have a party. But I think more importantly, some of them did tell me that, look, we also had a doubt maybe the institute may decide that there was a bug in the algorithm and the process, and you probably don't deserve that award. So I think they were probably on the right side. But on a more serious note, it does give me a lot of joy and privilege to be, an honor to be here today amongst all of you. Did I ever think that I would get this award? The answer is no. But there have been a lot of rights that have happened. Luck has, of course, played a role. But one of the first rights which happened was I got my right parents. My mom is here amongst us today. My dad is up there somewhere. My lovely wife, Prerna, and my two lovely daughters, Shreya and Ashna. So these are the right things that have happened to me. I have got a lot of right friends. A lot of situational rights have happened. But amongst all that, I must admit, one of the big rights which happened in my life also was this very, call it, citadel, the portals of this Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. They played a big role in my life. I was a small town boy from a place called Rourkela. It was God-forsaken, it was back of beyond. बहुत ragging भी मेरी हुई थी कि भाई किस गांव से पहुंचते हैं यहाँ IIT में लोग. But having said that, IIT taught me a lot of things. A lot of what I am today is because of this very institution. First amongst them was, you're good in your school, but here you realize there is intense competition. It helps you to, kind of become competitive, makes you razor sharp, but at the same time teaches you how you need to have healthy competition. It's not unruly competition. Survival instincts, for example. How do you survive when every other guy you walk around with is as good, or maybe better than you also sometimes? So how do you, the survival instincts. Amongst the diversity which IIT gave you, I mean, there were people from probably all states of the country, a bit of bias for Delhi, no doubt, but they were from Bihar, they were from Orissa, like people like me, and so on and so forth. So back then it taught you how to thrive, and instill that way of even fighting diversity. But my last concluding point, what IIT did for me was, one, it gave us some brilliant teachers, but most importantly, I think it taught us to think big. For me personally, for a small town boy, I could call it a Rampur ka Lakshman kind of a person, you could make out that even if your background was like that, classic middle class and so on, they were role models for us even at that time. I remember one name which sticks out is Mr. Vinod Khosla and so on, who had hit it big, that there are people who become your role models and it teaches you to think big. If you think big, I mean, sky is the limit and so on. And that probably was also a propelling force for me, all these years, and a lot of what is happening right now as I'm overwhelmed to receive this award. So thank you, Institute. Thank you, honorable teachers who have played their role. Some of them I can see sitting here. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I would end with the permission of the dais, sing a couple of lines of a song which used to be not our anthem, but one of the songs which was very popular those days. शायद ज्वालामुखी हॉस्टल जहाँ मैं रहता था, वहाँ की दीवारों में आज भी कहीं इसकी आवाज़ कुछ हल्की फुल्की गूंज रही होगी. थोड़ा है, थोड़े की ज़रूरत है, जिंदगी फिर भी यहाँ खूबसूरत है, थोड़ा है, थोड़े की ज़रूरत है. That was our life back then. थोड़ा था और थोड़े की ज़रूरत थी. My wish for all the 2024 pass outs is, life can never be complete, but make the best out of it. Thank you.
The The graduates of last decade Gold Awards of IIT Delhi for the year 2023-2024 have been conferred on Dr. Aditya Grover, Dr. Chirag Jain, Vaibhav Khandelwal, and Surabhi Yadav. Aditya Grover. Dr. Aditya Grover received his BTech degree in Computer Science and Engineering from IIT Delhi in 2015. He completed his MS and PhD degrees in Computer Science from Stanford University. In 2020, Dr. Grover was also a postdoctoral researcher at University of California, Berkeley. Since 2021, he has been an assistant professor at the Computer Science Department at University of California, Los Angeles, where he directs the Mission Intelligence Group. Dr. Grover's research interests lie within generative artificial intelligence and its applications for multimodal perception and decision making. In addition to fundamental contributions, he has grounded this research in real-world applications for accelerating science and sustainability. Aditya's research has been published in top venues, including Nature, and is currently cited over 15,000 times. Some of his research has been deployed into production at major technology companies such as Google and OpenAI, and highlighted in media outlets such as Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, and MIT Technology Review. Dr. Grover's research has been recognized with the Best Paper Award at NURI PS, several graduate fellowships and faculty awards, which also include the Forbes 30 Under 30 list, the AI Researcher of the Year Award by Samsung, the Kavli Fellowship by the US National Academy of Sciences, and the ACM SIGKIT Doctoral Dissertation Award. He is also a recipient of the Gorse Award, which is Stanford's highest university-wide honor in teaching excellence for faculty and students. In honoring Dr. Aditya Grover, IIT Delhi recognizes his contributions to academics and research. Through his achievements, Dr. Grover has brought glory to the name of the institute. May I request Aditya to say a few words.
It's very hard to top what Ajay just did before me, but I'll try. So thank you to IIT for bestowing me with this honor. It means a lot. This award is a testament to the world-class educational system that IIT provides. Especially, I want to thank two of my faculty here, Dr. Mosam and Dr. Parag Singla, who inspired me to pursue a career in AI research. I'd also like to thank my parents who are here, my wife, my brother and his wife, for being that unwavering support system around me, always putting my needs before theirs, working around my deadlines as if that's the center of the world. Thank you all for being there always for me. So on paper today, all of you would think that IIT is going to give you a degree which makes you qualified in whatever department you went through. But the reality is that once you step out of this institute, IIT provides much more than world-class educational training. So it's the place where you get access to an all-stellar alumni community. It's where you have actually, not even realizing perhaps right now, got the confidence and risk to become a bold academic, an entrepreneur, or any other field you choose to pursue in. And it's also the place where you have made friends who are going to be a call away in any part of the globe. So while I cannot pay back this institute for what it has done for me, I do hope I can pay it forward to graduates of today and also for years to come. Thank you.
Dr. Chirag Jain. Dr. Chirag Jain received his BTech degree in Computer Science and Engineering from IIT Delhi in 2014. He completed his MS and PhD degrees from Georgia Tech in 2019. Subsequently, he pursued postdoctoral research at the National Institute of Health, USA. Since October 2020, he has been an assistant professor in the Department of Computational and Data Sciences at the Indian Institute of Science. Professor Jain has made significant research contributions in computational biology, specifically for high-throughput genome sequencing data analysis. His research focuses on designing algorithms with theoretical guarantees to make the analysis of DNA sequences cheaper, faster, and more accurate for biomedical applications. He has also contributed to national and international projects, including the first complete reconstruction of human genome sequence. Professor Jain has proposed a novel algorithm to estimate evolutionary distances among microbial genomes. Due to its much faster and speed acceptable accuracy, this was the first method to enable all-to-all pairwise distance comparisons among all publicly available 90,000 microbial genomes. The analysis highlighted the extent to which microbes from discrete clusters, which has been an open question in microbiology. Professor Jain is the recipient of several honors, including DBT Wellcome Trust India Alliance Fellowship, NIH Directors Award, NERSC High Performance Computing Achievement Award. In honoring Dr. Chirag Jain, IIT Delhi recognizes his contributions to academics and research. Through his achievements, Dr. Jain has brought glory to the name of the institute. May I request Chirag to say a few words?
Thank you for this honor. I'm just feeling very grateful for the training and the fun I had over my 4 years at IIT Delhi. I think the work and impact of the faculty members here, my classmates, senior alumni members, it still continues to inspire me, and in fact, I would say it's a pressure in some sense to continue to do better. So I think you all, hearing all the achievements of our distinguished alumni and many other alumni members of the IIT Delhi, I'm sure that all of you feel the pressure to do better and realize that the value of education that you have in your hands, how you can empower the world and make a difference. I'm also glad that my parents have joined. I'm glad that they have provided an unwavering support throughout my career. My wife, who is probably watching through YouTube, my 9-month-old, who is probably tossing around things here and there. I'm thankful to all of them. Thank you and wish you all the best.
Vaibhav Khandelwal. Vaibhav Khandelwal received his BTech degree in electrical engineering from IIT Delhi in 2014. He is a co-founder and chief technology officer of Shadowfax, a premier e-commerce service provider and hyperlocal company that spans across 2,500 cities and 18,000 pin codes with more than 10,000 employees. Under his leadership, Shadowfax has established a strong identity by positively disrupting the last mile delivery ecosystem. Delivering 2 million packages daily, Shadowfax provides unparalleled service to a vast network of customers with industry-leading turnaround time at a highly competitive prices. Being India's leading last mile logistic player, the platform has an exceptional crowdsourcing network comprising of 125,000 monthly active delivery partners and 3.5 million registered users. Prior to founding Shadowfax, he gained research experience in the fields of machine learning and human-computer interactions. His work on social learning networks during his internship at Adobe led to filing of a patent. Vaibhav holds titles such as Forbes 30 Under 30, Entrepreneurs India 35 Under 35. With his unwavering support and guidance, Shadowfax has received multiple awards and recognitions. In honoring Mr. Vaibhav Khandelwal, IIT Delhi recognizes his contributions to entrepreneurship. Through his achievements, Mr. Khandelwal has brought glory to the name of the institute. May I request Vaibhav to say a few words.
Thank you so much for this honor. It's a really humbling experience right now to be a part of an elite group. The kind of stories that we have heard about our distinguished alumni, the kind of achievements that they have done. I would like to thank my family first, my parents, my grandparents, my bua, my wife. I have not been an easy kid to manage, but thankfully they have stood by me. Not an easy husband to manage. Thankfully they have stood by me. I would like to thank my partners and my team at Shadowfax. Honestly, it's on their behalf that I am receiving this award. I would also like to share my gratitude to the professors who allowed me to pursue independent projects or the kind of weird projects that me and my friends thought of. I'd maybe like to share an anecdote with Professor Balakrishnan. So it was a third year course, and me and my friends, we went to him and told that we want to build a sign language translator for deaf and dumb. He told that he was blank on top of it. He was surprised and said that, see, it's a very difficult project and you might not get good grades. But still, once we said that, yes, we are in that, he gave the full support. He knew the complexity that was there in that project, but even at the open house, he made sure that each and every one met us, saw what we are building, and even continued that project further. Same goes for Professor Niladri as well, who allowed us to build a sarcasm detector, which my friends came out by watching Big Bang Theory and seeing Sheldon unable to recognize sarcasm. One advice that maybe I would like to share with everyone, and that is something that my seniors shared with me and something that I'm very grateful for IIT to coin that lingo. Fight marte hain. So, see, as Professor Rangan also mentioned, in life there will be a lot of challenges, personal, professional. You will venture into areas where you have never been. It's that entire attitude of making a sincere effort. It's that attitude of just giving your best to that moment, having that sense that yes, you can accomplish it, and just give your best foot forward. So my seniors used to tell me, "Chal yaar, fight marte hain." And that's the message that maybe I would want to pass on. Thank you everyone for your blessings and wishings. Congratulations, wish you all a very best future.
Thank you. Surabhi Yadav. Surabhi Yadav received her BTech and MTech dual degrees in Biochemical Engineering and Biotechnology from IIT Delhi in 2014. Later, she completed her Master's in Development Practice from University of California, Berkeley in 2019. Surabhi is the founder and CEO of 2 gender equality and rural development initiatives in India. She offers fresh feminist thinking to build communities of hope, ideas, and culture that create a new normal for rural women. Soon after graduating from Berkeley, she settled in rural India and kickstarted her communities of hope through 2 of her initiatives, namely Saje Sapne and Project Basanti, Women at Leisure. Saje Sapne is building a grassroots leadership movement. It amplifies the agency of young rural women from marginalized caste groups by providing a year-long STEM and management training, mentoring, and opening doors for aspirational careers. At Saje, young rural women become professional in areas such as coding, project management, and entrepreneurship. She is also the creator of widely acclaimed archive project Basanti, Women at Leisure. The project has documented over 800 videos and photos of women and girls at leisure, especially from semi-urban and rural areas. The project gives vivid visuals of what feminist liberation can look like, introducing joyful and practical ways to create such moments. This community of hope has around 35,000 people online who are actively engaging in this subject. Her thought leadership has been featured in platforms like The Guardian, TEDx, and other magazines. She has also received recognition in the form of Acumen Fellowship, GP Birla Fellowship for Women's Leadership, Distinguished Alumni Award from Goldman School of Public Policy, University of California, Berkeley, and Pravah Fellow, among others. In honoring Ms. Surabhi Yadav, IIT Delhi recognizes her contributions to public service. Mrs. Yadav has brought glory to the name of the institute. May I request Surabhi to say a few words.
Hi, everyone. I've slept on this stage as a part of theater group, and I have performed here. A speech is a first. On the way to this campus, as we were traveling today, I saw a lot of Indian flags being sold because Independence Day is around the corner. And it made me wonder, how would I have contributed to India's independence struggle if I was alive then? And I don't think it's a question of the past, it's a question of the present. Like it or not, India is going through a lot of independence struggles on an everyday basis. प्यार की लड़ाई है, धर्म की लड़ाई है, समानता की लड़ाई है, someone mentioned climate change की लड़ाई है. And there are a lot of people who have shaped me, mentored me to do my bit in India's independence struggle. Starting from the family that raised me by saying, your education is useful when it's useful to the villages that raised you. IIT Delhi shaped me a lot. The theater group that I was talking about, Nukkad Natak, literally made me own the streets of not only Delhi, but not only campus, but outside the campus. Professors like Professor Shilpi Sharma, Professor Sangeeta Kohli, that not only trained me in the classroom, but actually continued listening to a lot of that I had to say outside classroom. Professor PVM Rao and Professor Ambut Sagar, when I decided to quit placement and didn't know where to go, but somewhere in villages, somewhere in social sector, these two decided to nurture and listen to my crazy ideas, half-baked ideas. Professor Sagar to continue mentor me since last 10 years, to not let me settle until I find answers to my questions. Some of them are hard questions. Friends like Shahzad, Akshi, Rohil, Charu, Arushi, who found a way to put together a year-long income for me when I decided that I want to start my non-profit, but I don't have any money. So they decided to put together a pool of income for a year so that I can pursue my ideas. And my life partner, Austin, who decided to move from the US to a village in Himachal so that I can do the work that I do. I hope that the power and the privilege that you have because of the association with this beautiful institute lets you find a place in India's current independence struggles. Thank you.
I request our Dean Academics to present the candidates for various degrees and diplomas.
Respected Director, I present to you the following candidates who have qualified to receive their respective degrees and diplomas since the last convocation held in August 2023. 481 candidates for the award of degree of Doctor of Philosophy, including 17 awarded jointly, 91 candidates for the award of degree of Master of Science Research, 64 candidates for the award of degree of Master of Technology in various interdisciplinary programs, 4 candidates for the award of degree of Master of Technology through the advanced standing option, 129 candidates for the award of degree of Master of Technology and Bachelor of Technology in the dual degree program, 461 candidates for the award of degree of Master of Technology, 25 candidates for the award of degree of Master of Design, 113 candidates for the award of degree of Master of Business Administration, 212 candidates for the award of degrees of Master of Science, 24 candidates for the award of degree of Master of Public Policy, 13 candidates for the award of postgraduate diploma of IIT Delhi in naval construction, 26 candidates for the joint postgraduate diploma in VLFM, 9 candidates for the award of postgraduate diploma of IIT Delhi, 1,001 candidates for the award of degree of Bachelor of Technology, and 3 candidates for the award of diploma of IIT Delhi.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Chairperson of the Senate of the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, I do hereby admit the duly qualified candidates, also admit the candidates listed in the scroll for the respective degrees and diplomas, and charge them to prove worthy of the respective degrees and diplomas, and authorize them to wear these robes ordained as the insignia of the degrees and diplomas. Let the record of the degrees be presented for signature. Let the oath be administered.
I humbly pledge that it shall be my constant endeavor to utilize my education with honesty and integrity to the best of my ability, to uphold the dignity of the individual for the glory of the institute, to work in the service of my country and for the betterment of society. Thank you.
Let the candidates for the award of medals be presented.
Respected Chairperson, may I request you to present the following medals for the year 23-24. The President's Gold Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the graduating students of the Bachelor of Technology and Dual Degree programs to Manas Chaudhary of Engineering Physics. the Director's Gold Medal for the Best All-Rounder amongst the graduating students of the Bachelor of Technology and Dual Degree programs to Divyansh Agrawal of Electrical Engineering. Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma, former President of India, Gold Medal to a student adjust the best for general proficiency, including character and conduct, excellence in academic performance, extracurricular activities, and social service from amongst all Master of Technology graduating students to Anjali Kumari of Master of Technology in Instrument Technology. Perfect 10 Gold Medal for securing a CGPA of 10 out of 10 in PG programs have been awarded to Subhajit Bagh of Master of Technology in Polymer Science and Technology. Siddharth Bhasin of Master of Science Research in Biological Sciences. Rangan Banerjee of Master of Science Research in Computer Science and Engineering. Thakur Ronit Singh of Master of Technology in Thermal Engineering. Vijit Manna of Master of Technology in Polymer Science and Technology. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the graduating students with Master of Technology in Chemical Engineering and Bachelor of Technology in Chemical Engineering to Shriya Sharma. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the graduating students with Master of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering and Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering to Aman Verma. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the graduating students with Master of Technology in Mathematics and Computing and Bachelor of Technology in Mathematics and Computing to Aranya Sen. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the graduating students with the Bachelor of Technology program in Biochemical Engineering and Biotechnology to Adhiraj Goyal. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the graduating students in the Bachelor of Technology Civil Engineering to Vishrut Singh. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the students graduating with Bachelor of Technology in Chemical Engineering to Vishnu Bhagwat. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the graduating students in the Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering to Vaibhav Mishra. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the graduating students with Bachelor of Technology in Electrical Engineering to Sankalp Swaroop. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the graduating students with Bachelor of Technology in Electrical Engineering, Power and Automation to Pushp Srivastav. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the graduating students with the Bachelor of Technology in Mechanical Engineering to Rahul Kumar Kanungo. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the students graduating with Bachelor of Technology in Production and Industrial Engineering to Prerit Goyal. Institute Silver Medal Advanced Standing for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the students graduating with Bachelor of Technology in Production and Industrial Engineering to Apurv Narula. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the students graduating with Bachelor of Technology in Mathematics and Computing to Akshay Reddy Vellapale. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the students graduating with Bachelor of Technology in Textile Technology to Riya Sharma. Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the students graduating with Bachelor of Technology in Materials Engineering to Rishita Agrawal. And Institute Silver Medal for obtaining the highest CGPA amongst the students graduating with Bachelor of Technology in Engineering and Computational Mechanics to Mudit Chopra.
I request Chairperson of the Board of Governors to kindly close the convocation.
I declare the convocation as closed.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। भृगुर्वै वारुणिः वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति तस्मायेतत्प्रोवाच। अन्नं प्राणं चक्षुश्रोत्रं मनोवाचमिति तगुंहोवाच। यतो वा इमानि भूतानि जायन्ते येन जातानि जीवन्ति यत्प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्ति तद्विजिज्ञासस्व तद्ब्रह्मेति। सतपोतप्यत सतपस्तप्त्वा अन्नं ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात्। अन्नाद्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते अन्नेन जातानि जीवन्ति अन्नं प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्तीति तद्विज्ञाय पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति तगुंहोवाच। तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति सतपोतप्यत सतपस्तप्त्वा प्राणो ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात्। प्राणाद्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते प्राणेन जातानि जीवन्ति प्राणं प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्तीति तद्विज्ञाय पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति तगुंहोवाच। तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति सतपोतप्यत सतपस्तप्त्वा मनो ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात्। मनसो ह्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते मनसा जातानि जीवन्ति मनः प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्तीति तद्विज्ञाय पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति तगुंहोवाच। तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति सतपोतप्यत सतपस्तप्त्वा विज्ञानं ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात्। विज्ञानाद्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते विज्ञानेन जातानि जीवन्ति विज्ञानं प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्तीति तद्विज्ञाय पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्मेति तगुंहोवाच। तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व।
Hello. So we'll start the second session after 15 minutes.